Hello, today's lecture is your first lecture towards Android development. Today we will see how to set up an Android Studio environment on your machine. We will also see how to set up an Android emulator and also how to connect your Android phone to your machine so that you can directly deploy your applications on the Android phone. Here is an Android phone that I own. This is a new Android phone Nexus 6P. You may also already own an Android phone. Today I will show you how to connect this phone to your PC and how to deploy applications directly to your phone besides the emulator. Now let us check our Android Studio setup on our machine. The first step is to check whether the Java is correctly installed or not. Java must already be installed because you should have run the Java programs as shown in the last lectures. Here I can see that Java is correctly installed on my machine. I have already installed Android Studio on my machine, which you can see is booting up. This is the screenshot of Android Studio when it starts. You may check the version number here. The version number of the current Android Studio is 2.1.2. If you have an older Android Studio, you may choose to update it. In order to start with an Android Studio programming, we can click on this first link which says start a new Android Studio project. Once I click on it, a new window opens which asks me for my application name, my company domain, package name and project location. Application name refers to the name which you want to give to your application. The company domain actually refers to the package name indirectly. You may also give a domain name which you own, or you may give a domain name of your institute or your company domain. The idea of company domain is to create a package location that is unique to you on the Android Play Store. So, for example, here I have given in.ac.iitd.psync. Because this is the domain that I own, I can be sure that this will be unique when my application is deployed on Android Play Store. The project location is the location of the directory where my files will be stored. Let us start and give an application name, suppose Hello World or My Hello World. As you can see that project location is already updated to the new application name that is given. I will click next. Then Android Studio will ask me to select the Minimum Sdk. When you install Android Sdk as a part of Android Studio, you have a choice of installing different SDKs starting from the very beginning of Android devices. The current latest SDK is API 23 and it refers to Android 6.0 Marshmallow platform. You should choose a SDK that should allow you to deploy your application to the target devices. So, if you are targeting your applications only to the newer devices, you may choose a latest SDK. However, if you are targeting your applications for devices that are very old, then you should choose a SDK that is available on those devices. For example, if I choose my Minimum Sdk here, you can see that what percentage of devices I can target. Let's see, I choose an API 5. This is a really old SDK and Android Studio is giving me a choice that if I choose API 5, I can pretty much target any Android device deployed anywhere in the world, which basically means that my application would be able to run on almost all the Android devices that are available. The catch here is that the back I go in time, less features would be available for me. So, if I want to make use of latest features of Android, I will have to choose an SDK which is also advanced. So, API 5 is maybe too old for me. So, let us try to come and try to see that what is available in newer APIs. So, you may have heard of an Android version called KitKat. So, suppose I choose KitKat. In this case, I can target around 73.9% of devices. Similarly, you can choose different version and Android Studio will give you a rough idea on the number of devices that you can choose to deploy your application to. For this example application, I am going to choose the latest API 23 SDK. This refers to Android 6.0, which is the latest version of Android. You may have heard the news of Android N, which is the new version. However, Android N is not currently available on devices except in the developer mode. So, let us choose Android 6.0. I choose Android 6.0. The other options are given for Android Wear devices, which are the Android Watch, Android TV devices and other Android devices. Currently, we are only developing applications for our phone or tablet. So, we need not to choose it. Let us go to next. The next screen shows you different templates. If you remember, when we were developing our Java programs, our Java IDE also gave us choice of choosing from a template. Choosing from a template helps us because then the IDE creates some sample files for us, which we can modify. Here also we have multiple templates to choose from. These templates are referred as activities. You will learn more about activities later, but as of now you can understand activity as any action that you do on an Android app. So, it starts with choosing a template which is more like a blank template or saying add no activity, to basic activity, empty activity, full screen activity, add mob, Google Maps, login, master detail, navigation drawer, scrolling, and then coming down to settings activity and tabbed activity. Let us choose basic activity or maybe empty activity. Any of these two are fine for our application. I am choosing a basic activity. After that, Android Studio shows me another window where I need to again fill few fields. It is asking for activity name, layout name, title and main resource name. I will only fill the activity name. Because I called my application my hello world, I will call my activity my hello world activity. As you can see that I have put the suffix of activity after my activity name. This is again a naming convention for Android application development. This helps other programmer understand that what my program code refers to. So, please follow the naming convention and also put an activity suffix whenever you want to create an activity in your Android program. Based on my activity name, Android Studio is already suggesting my layout name, my title and my main resource name. I need not to change it. Now, I will press finish. As soon as I press finish, my Android Studio start building and start creating the basic template that I requested. Let us wait for it. You may get some of the errors, please ignore them for the time being. And as you see that the moment program compiles, all the initial errors are gone. Now, Android has already created a very simple empty application for me. You may see different features that are available on Android Studio. You may have seen similar features on other IDEs. So, there is usually a bar showing different menu items and then different bars showing us different buttons to perform different functions. As part of this course, you will slowly learn to master Android Studio platform. Currently, we will only concentrate on the items that we need right now. On your left side, you will see certain folders. Let us look into the folder called Java under app. You see that there are 3 other folders inside it. One refers to the name that you gave, my hello world, preceded by the package name that you give. Another refer to Android test, another refer to test. For the time being, we will ignore these 2 folders and we will only concentrate on the top folder. Inside the top folder, I see a Java class called my hello world activity. Let us click on it and let us see its basic structure. As you may have seen in previous Java applications, it also starts with a package definition. The package definition is same as we gave it in the beginning. Then there are a number of import statements, and then there is the class that is declared. We will not go into the detail for this example. We will simply look at it, the whole structure. So, there is a public class by the name that I gave, which is extending another class. There is some Boolean function that has been overridden. There is another Boolean function that has been overridden. Based on your Java knowledge, you may understand that this means that your class is a subclass of app compat activity, and it is overriding 3 functions which may have been declared in the class called app compat activity or in the superclass of app compat activity. These functions have been overridden and automated code has been generated by Android Studio for you. So, you need not worry about it for the time being. Let us again go back to our visual representation of our app. In this case, you can see that I am referring to a file called content underscore my underscore hello underscore world.xml. Where is this file? So, this file resides under the rest folder, which stands for resources. Inside the rest folder, you will find multiple other folders. Currently, we are only concerned with the folder named as layout. In the layout, you will see 2 files. Both of them are XML files. I hope that you already know about XML. If not, then this is a good time to revise some of your XML concept or to learn XML. There are many very good resources available to learn basics of XML on internet. Please follow any of them. I will also give a link of some of XML resources on the NPTEL websites for your reference. Let us go back and check our layout files. Let us first check our activity underscore my underscore hello world underscore world.xml file. As you will see that this file is now displayed. It is showing us a design. I will choose a tab called text. Now, this is the text of the activity underscore my underscore hello underscore world.xml file. You will see that this is a typical XML file starting from XML naming space. Before that, XML version is given, and then different XML fields are given. We will go into detail of it later on. Similarly, you can create and see that the content has different options available to us, some layout options, some widget options. I will very soon explain you what do they mean. But you may guess that, for example, there is a widget option called button. You may have used Android applications where you press a button and something happens. Now, you can see that a widget of button is available for you. Another file of interest to us is under the values folder. In the values folder, there are again multiple folders are given. Currently, we will only look at a file called strings.xml. As you see that strings.xml starts with resources, and inside the resources it is describing 2 strings. One is app name and another is action settings. That is all for you to know. Let us come back to our visual representation. On the right hand side, you can see what is on your device screen, and then you can see properties. Please try to make yourself familiar with the Android Studio. Try to change things and see how do they look. For example, currently it is showing how my application will look on a Nexus 4 device. Here you can see Nexus 4. Let me change it. I can change it to any other device. For example, I can change it to that how it would look on a Nexus 6 device, which is my phone, the Nexus 6P. So, I select Nexus 6P, and as you can see that since Nexus 6P devices are bigger, now the display is changed to a bigger device. This is a very good tool to check how your application will look like on different Android devices. If you want, you can even check that how your application will look like on all the screen sizes that are available in Android space. So, let me choose preview all screen sizes. This takes some time, but now you can see how your application will look like on bigger phones like Nexus 6P, on smaller phones like Nexus S or Nexus 1, and different Nexus devices that has been released over time, including the tablets. Let us go back to our previous preview, and let us just change it for Nexus 4 as it was in the beginning. Fine. So, this is your basic introduction with Android Studio. I hope you will test different Android functionalities using your Android Studio. In our next lecture, we will continue with our My Hello World application, and we will try to display it a welcome message. This will be your Hello World equivalent into the Android application development. Thank you.